Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here. I'm using my new camera and I can't wait to see what it looks like when I'm editing. And I have a sound fuzzy thing over my microphone in hopes that you cannot hear my air conditioner. That was a big part of my issue with my phone. I had to turn my air down so much I got hot. So I feel like I'm too close. I hope I'm not. I want to also say that I had a visit not last night but the night before. I was still sick. I was sick for 2 days. That first day I was sick, I did a video. The second I was like, I can't do it. I just don't feel well. And I've actually lost 3 pounds being sick because I barely ate. I might have gained a pound or so back because I think a lot of it was water weight or dehydration is what I should have said, dehydration. That first night that I did record on my last video that I woke up, I don't think I was awake. I mean, I don't think I was asleep. I'm just sitting here thinking, was I asleep first? I don't think I was. Sometimes I usually am. I'm confused. I think I cannot remember. Okay, I had another visit, but I don't remember if it was the same day or if I just forgot about this one. And I apologize. Don't forget my memory issue. I'm not one to get on there and look up my videos to see, did I post that one or not? I'm not one to do that. So if I repeat myself, I am so very sorry. I'm not doing it on purpose. Not last night, but the night before. I was awake and I don't remember what I was doing. And let me see. Oh, I heard high-pitched drilling is what it sounded like a dentist drill, but extremely high-pitched and not real faint. I mean, you definitely could hear it. And I remember I closed my eyes because I enjoy the things that they do out of amazement, I should say. I'm totally amazed at what they do to your body. I closed my eyes and I had a very small vision and sadness. I felt needles, what felt like needles, insert here and here on my face. And then I felt them go in. It was painless. I mean, it had a slight sting. If you weren't paying attention, you probably wouldn't have felt it. And I say that a lot. But I felt needles, and my first thought was, I think that's when I closed my eyes. Because my first thought was, oh my God, are they going through my eyeballs? If they were, I don't remember. I do know that I have full trust in them now. It's been 4 years, 4.5 actually. But I closed my eyes and the little vision I had was very cryptid, I guess. So I closed my eyes. The first thing that I saw was something in a window. And my first thought, and it was snowing. Or it looked like it was snowing. And it was dimly lit in the room I was in. Okay, yeah, I was in a room. I was going to say maybe I was on the outside, but then I would have been snowed on. So I was on the inside looking out, and there was this object in the window. And my first thought was Minnie Mouse. And then I had sorrow come to me. And I remember thinking, oh, this is sad. Why is this sad? And then I felt something go down my eye and out. And I was thinking, why am I crying? So I did this. I felt nothing. And I'm like, that's weird. What's going on? And then I had one come here and down. And I felt it, nothing. And then I felt a drop right here. And it started going down. And I squished my eyes because out of reflex, you're going to think, you probably heard my bass maybe. But you squish your eyes out of reflex of thinking the liquid is going to get in my eyes and it might burn. That's what I was thinking. But I did that too, nothing. And I'm sitting there thinking, what in the world am I feeling? What is going on? I could not get that image out of my head. It kind of looked like a sideways 8. And then it was on one of the circles, looked like the Minnie Mouse's bow. So I don't know what that was about, but I was sad. And that image has been in my head ever since. I'm not sure what all of that meant. And then, I think this was last night, I was asleep. And as most of you know, the people who's been here longer knows that I could be sound asleep, and when I have a visit, my eyes will pop open. I could be just in a deep sleep for a certain length of time or a short amount of time. It doesn't matter, I wake up. And I remember I kind of blinked a couple of times, and I looked and I'm like, oh, they're here. And the room was filled with a colored geometric shapes or spider web that were like blue, a light bright blue. And so I start scanning the room, and there's something in front of me, very tall, very, very tall. Their head was almost at the ceiling. And they were doing something, and things reflect in there. I don't know what it is. And I smiled and just waved, and I kept seeing movement. I don't know what they were doing. And then over to my right, it was the same thing. There were other entities on the right doing something. But sometimes when they know I'm looking at them, things reflect, like they're turning a piece of metal and it's reflecting off of light. I don't know what that is. But the one in front of me, I felt very familiar to me. It was very familiar to me. I am sorry. I'm thinking maybe that my wordage is a part of my memory also. I've noticed I do that a lot. And as you know, because I have it in my videos all the time, sometimes I feel like I cannot say proper sentences and make total sense. So, okay. And then this morning was my first day back to work because I missed 2 days of work. I was that bad. And then my manager sits me down. He just got back from vacation yesterday, but apparently he went through my claims when he got back. I didn't have that many, and I'm assigned very little, and I'm okay with that. But he had several claims that I had done right, and some more, I should say more, that I had done wrong. And still, I forget specific things. Even though I wrote it in my notebook, I thought I knew it all because I wrote it down, and I do remember I'm supposed to do these steps, although you don't do the same steps in every situation. He was showing me things that I forgot, and I'm sitting there thinking, what is my problem? Why can I not remember that? I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated, and I almost started bawling, and I almost just got up and said, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I'm overwhelmed. I feel like a failure, and I don't know what to do. And so I didn't, but I was thinking it, and I was trying so hard not to do that. I am not one to buckle. But when I do, it means I have had enough. Ugh. So anyway, I go back to my desk. I'm thinking about this and thinking about this, and I'm tearing up at my desk a few times. And thank God they didn't start streaming down my face. But I'm sad. This morning, I was really sad, and I was struck with anxiety attacks. And I tried very, very hard not to take a prescribed medication that I shall not name, and I didn't take one. Thank goodness it was close to my first break, and I went downstairs and ate for the first time, and it was a cheese stick, and this was 10 o'clock. And then I sit and just try to get my mind off of it, and apparently I did. As I was explaining things to my manager, there was this one thing that I said, I don't remember doing that. And it was a first and only time today that he looked at me and I felt what he was thinking, if that makes sense. It was a blank look, like, are you shitting me kind of look. But he's not an asshole. He's not an asshole, and I don't mean it that way. It was just a look that I guess I'm familiar with, like I just said. So my camera got, let me back up a little bit. My camera got hot, so I had to stop recording really quick. But I want to say something about the visit. I did make my point about the manager, but I wanted to add what I know now was last night because of this. Me being sick, I had sat quite a bit on the bed. I had sat or laid, and with my right hip, the most recent surgery, right above it in my oblique was very, very painful. Not sure why, but it was excruciating. And it was bad. And when I got to bed to go to sleep, I put my heating pad on it. And now I remember what I did. I woke up, seen him there, and I whispered kind of in a low voice. I raised my shirt up, pulled the blankets down. I didn't show anything, but I said, can you check my hip and see what is wrong with it? And it took a minute, but I did actually feel them start doing whatever they were doing in my hip in that area. And I want to say that when I was going back to sleep, I know they were putting me back to sleep, that it had got uncomfortable. But I would do it over and over again, because this morning, neither hip was hurting. I didn't even notice it until I got to work. And that pain in my oblique was gone. And when I realized that, I was like, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. But of course, my hips are hurting now, but my oblique is not. Sitting so long does affect them. So guys, I'm going to end this here before my camera gets hot again. And I love you guys. I hope you guys know that. I love sharing my little stories with you. Factual stories. I hope to see you again very, very soon. And I'm going to send each and every one of you love, light, and peace. Bye.